How to stop being lazy. We all are oftentimes tired or disappointed with ourselves because we feel that we are not performing up to our highest potential. So, if you relate to this too, then this video is curated specially for you. So, today I'm going to share with you 7 easy tips on how to be more productive. Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, then I'm Anushka, a third year medico studying in Thubri Medical College, Assam. I don't know how you're watching this video. Maybe you're lying in your bed and watching the video. Maybe you've taken your phone to the toilet, or you're watching this video while eating because you're so addicted to your device that even leaving it for a few seconds becomes impossible. If you really care about your dreams and your productivity, the first step I want you to do is complete watching this video. Because if you can't even finish a 10-minute video, then how are you supposed to manage your day? Forget about transforming your entire life. Change always starts small. By the end of this video, I promise you that you will be able to beat procrastination, end the never-ending loop of laziness and overthinking, and finally let go of the fear of mediocrity and actually start getting things done. Perhaps you're stuck not because you're lazy, but because you expect everything to be perfect from the very beginning. Just start. Even if it's half cooked, just start and you'll figure out along the way. The first step is to lower the activation energy. That basically means is that don't plan to study for 6 hours. Plan to just open the book and just see through the topics just for 5 minutes. So how this works is that our brain often resists to do large tasks but agrees to do small ones. So if you trick your brain to think that you're just gonna do a small task, then what happens is that the resistance becomes less and the task gets done. Often beginning with a tiny action naturally leads you to do a huge one. Example, you start with just reading a page and you, without even your realization, end up finishing the whole chapter. Another important thing is that most of us see productivity as finishing a task. But many a times, the pressure in ourselves that we need to finish the task we started, that creates resentment. And many of us, because of that burnout and because it's going in the back of your head that you have to finish this task by today itself, that is the actual resistance. And because of that, many of us don't even do the task. So leaving a task unended or unfinished is not the same as giving up. At least you are starting the task and you will be able to finish it someday or the other. But most of us stop at starting itself. The second important thing is getting rid of the mindless scrolling that you do in your phones. Now, how to get rid of this phone addiction? Now, you need to understand that phone addiction doesn't come from the phone per se, but the kind of content that floods in your phone. Short form content like reels or shorts tend to give you instant satisfaction without much effort. So, someone opens Instagram to reply to a message but ends up scrolling Instagram for like 40-50 minutes without even realizing that he's wasting so much time. If you do this and continue doing this, this reduces your attention span and increases the urge to keep scrolling even when it no longer feels enjoyable. So, one way in which you can end this cycle is by shifting from short form content to slightly longer form content like full YouTube videos, podcasts, or maybe TED Talks. So these formats require a bit more attention and focus and leave you feeling more settled rather than making you feel overstimulated. With time, this small shift actually reduces your craving to scroll endlessly and gives you more value in your life. Rather than something that drains your energy, it acts like a tool that adds more value and more growth to your life rather than something that actually makes you feel tired and empty. So this kind of conscious content consumption, even for a few minutes a day, helps you get rid of mindless scrolling, and the good thing is you don't have to even give up your phone entirely. The third way in which you can trick your brain to be productive is by cleaning your feed and changing your mindset. A simple and powerful way to do this is by creating a new social media account. For example, in YouTube, you should subscribe only to those YouTube channels which actually motivate you towards your goals. For example, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Anushka Deka, because I mostly make videos which include productivity, study tips, or book recommendations, and I show people how I am leading a meaningful life. So, in the long run, when you consume such content, what happens is that your brain starts to mirror that in your own life. This is not just about motivation, but it's also about how the social media algorithm works. So, the more motivational and inspiring content that you watch, the more will the algorithm feed you with that similar content. This way, what is going to happen is that whenever you open the social media, for example, you open YouTube and see my videos, those videos will act as gentle reminders that will motivate you to work harder, to study, to make some progress with your assignments. So every time you open social media, you actually nudge towards doing and not just consuming. So this small shift in your digital atmosphere can be the difference between the lazy you and the future you. The fourth reason why most people tend to be lazy is decision fatigue and not having clear goals. Let's be honest, when you don't know exactly what you're working towards, every small decision feels like too much in your head. When you don't know whether to study or to go to bed, whether to reply to a message or clean your room, so all of this creates mental fatigue, and this is what we call decision fatigue, one of the biggest hidden causes of laziness. And where does this come from? Not having clear goals. And one of the best ways to break this cycle is to use a weekly or a monthly planner. Keeping a daily planner can be very overwhelming for most people, so you should start with a monthly planner, then move towards a weekly planner. For this, you don't need anything fancy. It can just be a simple notebook or a whiteboard or even your notes app in your phone. So you can just write down your priorities. So once your priorities are listed, instead of thinking what to do, your brain starts thinking how to achieve it. So, a technique by which you can be more productive is habit stacking. So, how do you do this? This is done by linking a new habit with an originally existing routine. For example, every day you will brush your teeth. So, you set a goal like after brushing my teeth, I will open my planner. Or after lunch, I am going to study for 1 hour. So, that's how habits get linked, and this ensures productivity, and that you complete that particular habit every day. So this just saves you from your decision fatigue and builds in momentum and saves you from a lot of mental draining. The fifth reason why you're not being productive enough is because you are a victim of analysis paralysis. So analysis paralysis is when you overthink so much that you end up doing nothing. You keep on overthinking, researching and comparing until your brain gets shut down. A brilliant way to avoid this analysis paralysis is by following the good enough rule. The rule says that if anything feels 70 to 80% right, you should go with it. Because waiting for 100% is like waiting forever, because the 100% will never come. The next reason why most people are not being able to be productive is that they misinterpret emotional exhaustion to be laziness. So, first of all, you need to get it clear that emotional exhaustion does not come from doing a lot. It comes from feeling a lot for a very long time. Builds up quietly over time due to chronic pressure or constant stress. So, what happens is the brain, especially the prefrontal cortex, which deals with decision making, it goes into survival mode. So, instead of dealing in productive activities, your brain chooses to do more relaxing activities. Example, napping, scrolling, or binge watching. What is the remedy for emotional exhaustion? It is simply the permission to rest. The way out of emotional exhaustion is not to push harder, but to stop. Now, this again does not mean giving up. It just means that you're taking rest, a pause from a highly productive and output oriented life to a phase of recovery. Do one task per day that is light and not much energy consuming, maybe watching an educational video, or could be simply cleaning your desk or doing something that you love, maybe art or music. So, this way, what happens is while you're in your journey and recovering from your emotional exhaustion, you're not also being lazy. You're being productive by doing a simple task, one task each day. And the last but not the least is believing in yourself. When a person starts believing in themselves, something in them changes and tasks start to feel possible again. So, this has a sequence that follows: acknowledgement, wanting, and then believing. First of all, you need to acknowledge that you are in a pattern or you are in an environment where you are not being able to perform up to your highest potential. So, firstly, you have to acknowledge that you need change in your life. After acknowledging that, only then you can start wanting it, that yes, I want to change, I want to be productive, I want outcomes in my life. After you feel the want, only then you can start believing that yes, I too am capable of change. When you do this, Even a person who can barely make it out of bed can also lead a very productive day. Not because they suddenly became hardworking, but because they started believing in themselves. Even on difficult days, believing that growth is still possible can bring back a sense of direction. So, yeah, that's about it for today's video. But before you go, let me remind you that believe in yourself, even when progress feels slow. Remember, progress is not perfection. Every small step counts. The trick is just to begin. To give your comments for how you are dealing with your stress, how you are dealing with your laziness, and what steps you follow in order to cut through that laziness and be productive in your life. Hit the subscribe button and tap on the bell icon to never miss an update. Remember just one thing, it is not necessary to have it all figured out. What is important is just to start, and trust me, that's more than enough. So, if you like today's video, stay connected for more, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.